about to get started like in 1 second, y'all. About to get started. We are about to get started. Who's the master? Show enough. What up? What's up, Scott? Desmond Peoples. Boris Shock, J. Coop, Marquise. What's up, y'all? Dano. We getting started like in 30, 45 more seconds. Hey, y'all, I just got an important call. Give me like 1 more minute, all right? 1 more minute. Hey, y'all. I just got one. Sorry about that, y'all. I just got one of them calls. You know, sometimes you get that business call. I'm like, shit. If they love me, they'll wait. Like, you ever get a call? Like, certain people, you know, when they call, make sure this phone is hung up. It's certain people when they call you, it's about some serious business, and I'm sorry about the extra minute I took, but I had to handle a little bit of business. But welcome, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for joining. So we about to talk about this fake ass POC scam. And here's the reason why we're having this conversation. Before I welcome everybody in here, I'm gonna get to y'all in a second, but I just want to get it off top of my head real quick. The reason why I'm having this conversation is when the Republicans are in office, other groups tend to get in line and be cool with us. You know, it happened the last time Trump was in office. People don't be going as crazy as, hey, we all in this together, we people of color. But when the Democrats get into office, it's like everybody's out for themselves. So now the Republicans are back in office. We're about to start seeing that push again, like we did in 2016, for everybody to come together. The difference is now you have a lot of black people who are like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna have to fall back from you for a little bit. So that's what today's discussion is about. I'm gonna have a homie, AJ Sanders. She's gonna come in later on. AJ, for those of you on my Patreon, for those of you follow, y'all see my interview with AJ. She was on the show A Different World. She's touring the world. Like, she's always somewhere around the world doing comedy. So she hit me up yesterday. I was like, "You home in America?" So she gonna come on and give us her opinions on what's going on. I love to always, I'm one of them fellas that I don't mind having the woman's opinion and perspective on things. You know what I mean? Because we need that. And fellas, before I get into it also is, we must always, as a people, be open to the opposite sex. Women, you need to listen to the men, the wise men in your life. And you know the ones who are wise, and you know the ones who aren't. You need to listen. Fellas, you need to listen to the wise women in your life, and you know the difference. If you don't know the difference, that means you have some internal work to do. All right? If you don't know the difference. But as a man, when you listen to a woman, she gonna hit you. It's like when you play basketball. Sometimes that when you're going for a layup or a shot, sometimes you can't shoot the shot directly in the basket. Sometimes you gotta and hit a bank shot. That bank, depending on the angle, and the woman, the opposite sex perspective is the bank shot. It's like, it's not direct. It's not gonna it don't be making sense half the time too. But if you sit back and marinate on it for a little bit, and you fuse what they say with how you feel and how you think, and you come up with a perspective that's, still heavily weighted in how you feel and think, but also adjusted for what the opposite sex thinks, that's when you get a better perspective holistically as to what's going on. All right? But again, don't follow a fool. If somebody feel like a fool, fuck them. All right? Don't follow fools. You dig? But let's see something. Oh shit, there we go. So fellas, so that's what we're talking about. We need that. We all need the opposite sex's opinion. Don't let these weird ass niggas see these dudes telling you otherwise. A lot of these dudes is weird ass niggas, all right? They creeps. These dudes that go around, oh, you must only listen to me. Yeah, look into that nigga's life. He probably a creep. You want to adjust it. And also at the same time, it ain't under this Democrat simp nigga shit to where believe all women. Hell no, I don't believe all women. A lot of y'all women is foul. So it ain't no believe all women shit either. It ain't about belief. It's about when you get a perspective from somebody that has some wisdom, you accept that perspective, and you at least balance that perspective with your perspective. And you might kick their perspective back out and only deal with yours. You might adapt 90% of what they think and only keep 10% of what you think. The point is, you bring in whatever works, okay? Whatever is going to solve whatever issue it is that you have going on, that you're here for. That's the whole point. That's why you listen to the opposite sex. So I don't even know where that came from, but take it. If it don't apply, let it fly. All right? If it don't apply, let it fly. But it's a lot of weird ass niggas out there that be like, you can't listen to no bitch. She ain't this woman. All right, nigga. All right, nigga. Watch out for mommy/daddy issue having people in both sexes. And if you have mommy or daddy issues, that's okay. We all got some levels of issues. Seek therapy. That's what therapy is for. I got my cards that help you out. You got people like Kendall, the hypnotherapist. Kendall's dope for shit like that. I've seen her. I've had a lot of y'all call me and be like, "Yo, man, Kendall, She is dope for that. Kendall, the hypnotherapist. Or find a local therapist in your town. But whatever issues you got, mommy, daddy issues, man, fix that shit. Fix that shit. Fix that shit. And if you haven't heard wise women, that means you need to fix yourself, because if you're not attracting wise women, then you might not be a wise person. And that's no disrespect to anybody, who's hearing this on a delay or whatever. I mean, your environment is a reflection of what's inside of you. That's just life. Good, bad, or indifferent. If it's something in your world that you keep consistently not getting, it's because you're not on the level to get it. And people who offer that, they'll probably see people like you and be like, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that person. Gotta up your shit. You up your shit, you attract better shit. I promise you. I promise you. And it ain't about money either. It's a whole bunch of rich degenerates. And it's a lot of people of meager means that just barely getting by with supreme wisdom. So you change the world by changing yourself. But let's get into it. This fake unity shit is getting exposed. You see what's going on right now with in the media. You see what's going on in the post Trump election. You have a lot of people out there who are real mad, and there are a lot of these feminists. It's funny because a lot of this schism is happening with the black feminist community that is slow to the game. Us that have been out here in the B1 sector, we've been understanding that we have no friends. If you pay attention to Dr. John Henry Clark, you've been knowing for a long time we have no friends. And for those of you who never seen that Dr. John Henry Clark video, I highly recommend that you watch Dr. John Henry Clark's "We Have No Friends" video. And it's some real shit. So those of us in the enlightened section of Black America, we've been knowing this. For those you don't know, this is it.
They gave me another assignment.
This speech, this video right here. All you gotta do is type in into Google, YouTube, John Henry Clark. We have no friends, and you can pull this video up. It's all over the internet, and it's also this speech that he gave right here is what inspired my hoodies, and you can get one right now on DewanB.com and t-shirts. My Dr. John Henry Clark hoodie. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Get them in all these different colors. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. You can get the hoodie. You can get the t-shirt. Right here at DewanB.com. Got this shit in all different colors, motherfucker. But go to Dr. John Henry Clark's 35-minute long video. Let's listen to some of it.
Amalgamate their culture with different people without one hint of a war between us. People who come into Africa immediately declare war on African culture, standards of beauty, standards of conduct, and change the African concept of that.
See, I want y'all to go ahead and watch the whole thing. But it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful video. Dr. John Henry Clark, We Have No Friends. And so, yeah. AJ, you there?
Yes.
All right, cool. On the line.
I'm trying to turn my camera on.
Your camera's not on.
I know. I'm trying to turn it on right now.
Okay. Well, you're still behind the scenes, so I'll let you turn it on, and then I'll bring you in. All right.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So that's AJ. She's gonna be here, giving her perspective. But So those of us in the enlightened segment of society, we've been understanding that don't nobody fuck with us. For real, for real. Nobody really fuck with us. They fuck with us, but they don't fuck with us. They like the hip hop, they like the music, they like the fun shit, but they don't like to deal with the real shit. They don't like what's really going on. You know, they don't deal with what we really got to deal with. They just come around us to come to the party, watch basketball. But a lot of your feminist segment of society, especially your feminist segment and your weird nigga segment of society, they've been on this, you know, we all coming together, black and brown coalition, people of color, all the mainstream, the boule niggas, what the Angela Ryes of the world, the all these people, they've been on this black and brown, we are the world, we are the children bullshit. And since this Trump re-election, now what, 3 days in, we're seeing a lot of them, like from Claudia Jordan on her show. She was talking about how, hey, we stood with the Latina women and you guys still voted for Trump. You seeing all these mainstream niggas is like Joy Reid now. Y'all know Joy Reid, one of the goddamn Goldie Lords from Meteor Man. She's over here talking about Latinas. You know what I mean? So you got all this shit going on, and now they're starting to wake up that there's no coalition. It's a lot of crazy stuff, but on the line, your camera not working, but it's all right, AJ. Let me see. AJ.
Yeah.
Let's see this. Go back out and come back in with the camera button, see if that works.
Okay.
I'm trying to get AJ on camera. Let me see here. Join call for me. There we go. And let's see what happens when AJ comes back. If she can't get on camera, then it's all right. We'll still get her opinion. But yeah, we see, and let's just go even. I'm gonna go a little deeper later on, but what we're dealing with here in LA, you're gonna see this report come out real soon, and it's talking about all of the anti-black violence coming from Latino Los Angeles Police Department officers, and it is bad, y'all. It's bad. My homeboy's a lawyer that's been working on this thing, man. He's been telling me this shit, it is bad. I was wait, AJ come back. I was talking to y'all know Lioness Crown, Jade. She in LA this week. Oh, there you are. I got you. I'm gonna bring you in about 1 minute, all right?
Okay.
Okay. Y'all know Lioness Crown, Jade Harriel, she's out here doing some work with these schools. And it's crazy because she's working with a lot of the same schools that I worked with when I was doing mental health. And when some of the stuff she was telling me that's going on with our black children right now, you know, these Latinos calling the N-word, because you got 5 black kids in a school of 200. And the Latino teachers allowing the Latino kids to call the black kids the N-word. And if the kids respond or fight, the black kids are getting suspended. That's going on right now, where you got all these selfish ass people talking about all black and brown unity so they can get a fucking check. Our kids are being goddamn terrorized, and they ain't got no support because the staff agrees with them. My sister's a teacher out here in LA. She don't be dealing with this shit because my sister's a 100. You ain't gonna fuck with her. But she be telling me what's going on with the other black teachers. This is going on now. And it's a whole nother thing. But before I get all the way into that, I want to talk more about this election fallout and what's been going on and how we seeing things change up. How we seeing people change up. How we seeing different comics that's been all Democrat and they having to, you know, disappear. So I got my guest on the line. Y'all seen AJ before. This is AJ Sanders, and y'all know from a different world, from on, like I said, on tour. I was like, you home in America. So I was like, I had to hit you up because every time me and you talk, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do it in a week or two, but then you back somewhere in Iceland or Antarctica or wherever you be. So when you say you in America, not making people laugh around the world, I'm like, okay, we gotta talk about this tomorrow. Welcome to the stage. Well, to the stage. I'm not in my stand-up mode. To my show, AJ Sanders. What's up, AJ?
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm so happy you did catch me. I'm only home for the next couple of days, so this is perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. I'm glad you were here.
Me
So you
too.
see what's been. First off, what are your thoughts on the whole election, Kamala, Trump? What's your thoughts and what you feel about what you've seen in this post-election world?
Well, you know what? First of all, I appreciate you, wanting my opinion on this. And I have so many thoughts. I'm trying to just make sure I chronicleize them in the right way and make sure I have the right frame of mind about it because
Joe
it's
Fox
all
said, "What's up?" He in the chat.
What's up, Joe? One of my favorite people on the planet.
Yes, sir.
Tell your
One of
mama
my
Neil
favorite
I
people.
say, hey, Joe. Um, so I uh I've never been a Kamala Harris fan.
Mm-hmm.
And my best friend has a nephew who just won a wrongfully conviction case
Oh, okay.
up in Oakland as a result of her under her administration or when she was AG up there. So it took a long time for him to get through this case, and so there's a lot of stories like that, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not really a big fan of hers. And so even when in 2020 when she was selected by Joe Biden. And I've done a lot of research on her. And let me just say this before I get started. I'm not well versed in politics. Like I really didn't learn a whole lot. I had to do a crash course when Obama was elected, because that's when really we all kind of got interested in, I knew the basics and the broad strokes. I knew about the crime bill and Bill Clinton and all those different administrations. But as a little girl, I really didn't know. My mother wasn't really that involved. So I had to learn. So that being said, not a big fan of hers because she's in bed with the globalists, and so I'm aware of what the agenda is. And so when you know what the agenda is, when you know what the end game is, then you can hear the pitch, pro and con. That's why I love your boy that you talk to that comes on. What's his name? Randy?
Randy Short. Yeah.
Yes, he be ooh wee.
He be on it.
Yes, sir. And so I really love because that's and John Henry Clark. I learned a lot from, of course, Dick Gregory, and I learned a lot from Steve Coakley, and I studied under those guys, and so I kind of know what the end game is. And so when I hear that messaging, then I turn away from it, and I heard a lot of that in her word salads. I heard a lot of that, when she was talking about nothing. And that's what they do. They double talk, they double speak, and I was, and then of course I heard when she said, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do anything about that's going to only benefit Black people. No. So it was a wrap for me. That was it. I don't need you to pander to me. I don't care how many freaking Black churches you come to. You already told me who you were.
Right.
You already showed me who you were. So, I sat back and I watched a lot of people posting this and this and that. And I don't get caught up in the optics because I got caught up last time. I can say, Obama, during his reign, and I got caught up in that. But, again, like I say, after I kind of saw that he was on some bullshit, I was like, well, let me just really, study for myself. So now that I know a little bit more, I don't get caught up in the way people look, because all skin folk ain't my kin folk. Let's keep it 100. And so I really listened to the actual pitch, not her message, but the pitch. And I've seen a lot of her speeches talking about population control. I've seen a lot of her pitches. You see, I've seen a lot of her pitches about what else? Abortion, like, and did y'all know that they had abortion, what do you call it, trailers at the DNC?
Nah. They had what?
They had abortion trailers parked outside of the DNC so you can go get a free abortion at the DNC. So regardless of what people say about Trump, this shit was historic. It broke all records for any Republican candidate. And the thing that really turned me off about I'm an independent, first of all. And the thing that turned me off the most about the Democrats was when they kept gaslighting the public, accusing him of shit that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come after his political opponents. Well, ain't that what the fuck y'all just did?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all took him to court and took him through all that and raided his house, and he's your political opponent. Ain't that what y'all? So they did that shit just to try to keep running.
I got the abortion trailers on screen right here that you were talking about. Wow. Okay.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
So you just want to, kill our kids as we go and root for you. Girl, bye. Wow. Girl, bye. Yes. Yep. So, that kind of stuff. And so, so the gaslighting and the whole, playing victim, he's going to come after us and this is going to be our last election. And this is girl, so that's why it's important, I think, for us to really learn more about what the Constitution says, what the Bill of Rights say, and then we can hold their feet to the fire when we know our rights as American citizens, and I'm just grateful that regardless of what the outcome was, that it wasn't her.
Yeah, right.
I felt like she was very dangerous because she's not very, just because you were an attorney doesn't make you fit to run the country. Just because you that's just like saying, oh, well, he's a good doctor, so I'm gonna vote for him to run the country. You don't know how to do it effectively.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't know. And she had no efficacy. She had no definite, she couldn't answer a question straight up, honestly, authentically. Even if you full of shit, you should be able to know how to bob and weave and answer a question. And because I understand that politicians are going to do what politicians do, but she just didn't have it in her. She just, and here's what I would say about her disposition. Like every time she got frustrated, she couldn't manage her own emotions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a big thing. She,
you could tell. And then when she was getting heckled at her own rallies, she was like, I'm speaking. I was like, oh, girl, this is not, you need to wait a minute. I was like, hold up, stay in control. And she just didn't have that in her. And so she just wasn't fit, and I don't think that more than that, I just don't think that she delivered a concise message, for her base. And she didn't, she kept talking about reproductive rights. Our rights are going to be taken. Our right, what, and then the fear, putting fear in people instead of putting real hope in them. And then you're going to hypocritize yourself by saying, let's join together and let's stop the finger pointing. Meanwhile, you saying he's Hitler, he's a fascist.
Right.
No, which side you gonna stand on, sis?
Right. Yeah. So that's I'm glad you're saying this because it's so great to hear women say this because it's not about misogyny. It's not about none of that. It's not like I have heard some guys say that they don't want a woman. I don't mind a woman running certain things. Like if this was Condoleezza Rice, I'm like, okay, she probably can do it. Even though I don't agree.
She's got the resume for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, even though I don't even agree with her politics, do I think Condoleezza Rice? Hell, Hillary would have been a good president. I don't like Hillary, but she wouldn't have been that. We didn't know somebody
Hillary got sweat. Listen, Hillary knew how to play the game. And she's a career politician, and she and her husband, they knew exactly how to stand on each side of the stage and just work, do the good cop, bad cop. I'm the wife, you the husband. You play that side, I play this side. They knew how to tag team it. But It's not about misogyny. It's not about, I saw this one post about how I knew men hated women, but I didn't know women hated women. I don't listen. I love being a woman, and I love my sisters. I love all, I love my feminine counterparts, but it is what it is. If you're not fit, then you just ain't fit. I would love to see somebody who represents me in the White House, but it's got to be the right one, and she's just not the right one. And then I think it was an insult that Barry Obama don't come up out of his crypt and start talking shit to the black men and insulting their intelligence and talking down to them like they were his children. I thought that was absolutely insulting. I'm glad that y'all clapped back on that shit, because you're like, who do you think it? First of all, if you want to come out and talk to us about something, tell us what happened to your chef.
Oh, that chef, the one that was an expert swimmer that ended up somewhere in Martha's Vineyard. Right. Yeah, what happened to him?
Yeah, see, that's what we want to talk about, Barry. So until then, I'm gonna need you to go have a seat.
Talk to us about your relationship with your stepdaddy, Lolo Sotoro, Mr. Barry. Let's talk about your time in Indonesia.
That part. Why don't you unseal all your documents so we can see where you really came from?
Right. Brother. And it's so dope to see that, to hear that. So now what I was watching, I see, it's been a lot. Well, I was talking about before you came on. There are like a lot of the mainstream women, the women who aren't mainstream, been on this, but a lot of your mainstream women are now starting to see that there's not much of a coalition with other people of color. Although we liked it, we would like for it to happen, although we all know that it would be most ideal if we really were all on the same page. But the reality is we're not in a lot of ways.
No.
What's your point of view on that whole topic right there that's now getting hot post-election?
What is that? People of color versus black people?
Like how people are saying that there's not the unity that they thought. Like a lot of the mainstream women are thinking like, oh, Latina women voted for Trump by 50%. They're really starting to see white women, other groups of women aren't necessarily on the same page as them on some woman stuff. It's, for the most part, everybody's out for themselves. There's no people of color. There's no women versus men. Things are still kind of getting divided by race, and people are starting to see that. What's your point of view on that?
That's true. And I feel that, that's a lot to unpack, number one. Okay, so first of all, I am not a feminist. Mm. And I don't think the feminist movement was about us, nor was it for us. I thought it was set up again for it to be against us and to break up our families and our homes. And I feel like, we can be more. I love the phrase. I love the Nation of Islam phrase. I forgot where I read it, but I first saw it when I went to my first Farrakhan speech back when I was like 19. And it said, a nation can rise no higher than its woman. Mm-hmm. Right. And so to me, what that means is if I put you first and put your feelings first and make sure that I continuously, respectfully, not in a subservient, not in a servitude way, but if I just, defer to you as the head of the household, the leader of my community, then in turn, you will raise me up.
Yes.
Okay. And so that's where I think our unity needs to begin.
Yeah.
Because if we just all need to just fall back and relearn what our position is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And play that position. And so I think that once we get back in our place, men and women, no matter what this paint job looks like, I think that is when we will reconnect with who we really are, as a species, no matter, and that's across the board. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's really where we've lost our way, is that, women have stepped on the man's plane all these women walking around talking about how they don't need a man
Mm-hmm.
and all of that garbage. Like, that's what is garbage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I need you, you need me, we need each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's stuff that I can learn from you and you can't, that you'll never know unless you tap into my
Right.
energy, vice versa. So, without each other, we are divided, we're fractured, we're nothing, and we're all going to be flailing about until we get our shit together.
Right,
And
right,
that's
right,
really
right,
where
right.
it's going to start. And it starts with me and the way that I treat you, and then it trickles out from there. We have to live from the inside out rather than the outside in. And that's why I pity our community, because we're so busy looking and grasping and looking for somebody else to pay attention to us. Please like us. Please give us this. Please give us that. This is what. No, it's already right here.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that we need is already right here. We already are enough. We already have enough. And if we stop looking for other people's approval, there will be strength in that.
Real
Because that's
talk.
that's what our freaking ancestors, that's how they survived.
Right.
Because they knew that they were all that they had. And so when we get back to that and just and just look in the mirror and then look to the right and the left of us, then we'll know this is where the power is. But we too busy out here looking at everybody else and trying to compare ourselves, trying to get the right eyelashes and the right hairdo and the right outfit and copycatting all these bitches really, really, really copying us. Like you say, they want our rhythm, but they don't want our blues.
Right.
So they trying to be like us, and we too busy not even paying attention to that. We don't even know that we are the standard.
Right.
So once we realize what our place is, that we are the mother of all of them, then we can unify because we have gathered ourselves first.
Right.
And then we can collectively come together. Until then, nothing's going to happen. It's going to keep being a shit show like it is.
You said you hit on like the realest point you can be. You got to get yourself together before you go around trying to help everybody else. And if you can't help yourself, if you can't help your own people are going through some stuff, what good are you to anybody else? Yeah.
And it can be as simple as taking a plate next door to Miss Inez, who probably can't get around like she used to.
Mm-hmm.
Helping her sweep off her porch.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's really it starts as basic as that. Teaching your 12-year-old son how to mow the lawn so you can go and make a couple of extra dollars in the neighborhood. Teach him how to be an entrepreneur. That when you start off with a paper route or whatever back in the day, how we used to do. And so we don't have those basics anymore because we are so caught up in other stuff. And it's really a shame, and hopefully, at some point we will circle back around to that and get those principles back in our lives again.
I'm glad you said that as far as like helping Miss Inez and stuff like that, because, I think that same way. I wanted to help the old man downstairs. I see him getting old, and I wanted to help out. But a couple months ago, that nigga stole my shirt. I ordered some of my shirts. I ordered a sample of one of my shirts, and I'm like, where the fuck is my shirt? How do I not get a copy of my own shirt that I ordered from my own website? And then I'm looking around. I'm sitting on my porch smoking a blunt one day, and this nigga got my shirt on.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, hey.
All right. Well, listen, I mean, everybody, I guess, can't be helped at a certain point. That's ignorant. That is so funny. Well, did you at least ask him to pay for it?
No, I did not, because he was like, he said, oh, this y'all. I said, yeah, and it's 2 more. I ordered 3 shirts. That's one of them. It's 2 more. You got them in your house. Get them. He was,
wait, so how did he get them? Did he get them, did you steal your Amazon package or something?
You get the mail, usually my normal mail person, if it's can't, they put the shirt, they usually can fit in the box. But sometimes they'll sit them on top of the box because they lazy. And so, but I've never had that issue, so they just have the t-shirts on top of the box. And then I get my other 2 t-shirts from him, and then I see him throw a piece of plastic in a dumpster. I go to the dumpster. Man, that shit got my name and apartment number and all that shit on there. I'm like, nigga, you knew this shit was mine.
Wow.
Now his ass down there. I'm like, I saw him struggling to get up the steps, and I had cooked some extra barbecue. In the old days, I'd have took him a plate. This time I was like, man, fuck you, Andy. Man, it's my ribs, nigga. It's my
That
ribs.
is so crazy.
But nah. But I thank you, AJ. Do you have any closing thing, Mark? Because I said before, I want to get you on more regular for your point of view on these type of things. So I'll make sure to reach out to you more when you're in town, because I appreciate your point of view. And my chat room is loving your point of view.
Oh, thank you.
They
Well,
love
that's okay. I mean, it's all good. I mean, I just really want to put out there that, listen, everybody is, a lot of people are walking around, mourning over these results. But I feel like I don't really allow anybody to define my existence. The quality of my life, it depends on me. So I'm not, I don't feel no type of way about it. It just is what it is. And, and I'm looking at the historic nature of it. This is really saying a whole lot about, who the Democrats are and what the messaging was. Mm-hmm. And had they just really tapped into the authenticity of who we are and shown us the respect that we deserve as a people, as a community, I think that we would have shown up more, and I think that hopefully they'll realize, we ain't to really be played with like that no more.
Right.
Because a lot of us has woken up and to what's really, going on. And we know now that we deserve to be seen, we deserve to be heard, and we deserve to be our demands deserve to be at least, contemplated, you know what I mean, and looked over. But so hopefully they'll get it together and show the respect that we deserve.
And one more question. You don't have to answer this question. But I noticed since the election been over, cats like D.L. Hewley been quiet in the motherfucker. Plies, all these niggas. Where they at? I don't know. Have you heard them?
Listen, it is the night of the election, right? It was the night of the election because I was on the ship and I was just like looking at the tracker, right? But before that, I all my timeline on Instagram, man, I mean, I was flooded with everybody. Get out the vote. Everybody was chirping. And so, like, towards the end of the night, crickets. Crickets. And I ain't seen none of them. I have not seen any of them. And by the way, the whole celebrity thing, I thought was definitely a bad look. When she got all the celebrities, I think what would have helped her was finding those people that have real life issues that she does, like if she wants somebody if somebody was trying to get an abortion, they couldn't do whatever her issues are, whatever her platform that she was standing on, she should have brought real life, everyday people up to speak like Donald Trump did.
Yeah.
What's that girl's name?
Donald Trump worked at McDonald's and did a dumpster truck. Was in a dumpster truck showing that he's with the people. Like
Donald Trump was the master campaigner. Like it was masterful how he worked it. You know what I mean? Whatever they said, he would troll them.
He was trolling. I mean?
And I loved it. I was here for it because I was like, that's how you do it. No matter where I am on whose side, whatever side I stand on, that's how you do it. And that, that's to be respected. And that's why he has such an historic win. And so bringing all the celebrities up and you could tell they were reading, there was no real connection there, and Jennifer Lopez, I don't know what the fuck. I think they were just all trying to just make sure that they could get clemency from the Diddy situation. There was something up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, don't nobody relate to, Jennifer Lopez ain't struggling to buy groceries, Either is Beyonce. They going on their private jet. You know what I mean? They can people flying on Spirit.
We flying on Spirit paying $175 for a bag for a carry-on, and they flying first class, and they trying to relate to us. Like, what's going on here?
They're going on vacation after this to San Tropez.
Right.
They don't relate to us. So I think that's where they fail too. So, hopefully, like I say, hopefully they'll show us the respect that we deserve and understand that now we ain't to be played with.
Amen to that. I appreciate you, AJ, and I'll have you on soon again.
Okay. See you later.
Have a good one.
You too.
Uh-huh. That's AJ Sanders. Yeah, AJ. And if y'all go back to the interview that we had a few months ago, she talked about her time on a different world and what's going on, and her time on the. AJ was on everything. She was on Jamie Foxx show. She was on an episode of Martin. Remember, like when the baby popped out, and Martin caught the baby, and Martin was like, "This is TV." That was AJ. But AJ is someone who's always had a level head, very, very intelligent, as you see, and somebody I totally appreciate coming around and getting her opinion because, as you can see, she's somebody who thinks, and she's more in alignment with the black women I was raised around, and I'm used to being around. These are the she sounds like my sister, people my friends, These are the black people that I'm used to seeing. I'm in my life. You don't see them on MSNBC ain't calling her. Hell, the dude goddamn reunion for what's that show? A Different World. They didn't even hit her up. Probably because the rest of the cast of A Different World was at the Joe Biden office earlier this year. I don't know. But AJ, I ain't getting into politics, but AJ, she don't play them games. And so we got to remember that black women like her are out there and they're plentiful. We just have a very racist media apparatus that does their best to quell the voices of women like that. But that is the silent majority of black society. So when you hear these people talking about trying to associate blackness with Meg Thee Stallion and that Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, that ain't blackness, man. That's ratchetness. Blackness is what we just had on camera. So appreciate AJ again. Courtney G, I appreciate the Cash App, Courtney G. Got a super chat from Roger Meadows. Say he don't know the feminist movement was started. It was manufactured by the CIA. Of course, Gloria Steinem. Yeah. Gloria Steinem did work for allegedly or apparently, did work for the CIA. So appreciate that comment though, my brother, in the chat. So AJ broke that down, y'all. Y'all appreciate that? Yeah. So my man Joe Fox in the chat. I don't know if Joe Fox is still here, but my man Joe Fox. I don't know if you sit in the chat about Joe, but if you are, I gotta have Joe call in too. Joe's my guy. He does that show with Tony Rock every week. He's also the one that designed my Black American music family tree. But I appreciate y'all. But anyway, let's get back to this. Is this people of color hustle finished? Is it over? It seems as if black people, even the ones that are slow to the table like Joy Reid, are waking up. Let's go to that part. Let me see if I can find that what Joy Reid said. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up that clip. Let me see here. Let me see here. Is this it? I'm looking for the. I see the. Let's listen. Let's listen to the Golden Lord right here.
Mistake, fam. It is young Americans, not those of us in Gen X or boomers or retired silent generation folks who are the economically insecure. Young Americans are the ones who can't afford to buy a home or start a business or a family. They, a majority of Gen X, voted for Kamala Harris the rest of their lives. And it was not just Gen X, because while 91% of black women voted for Kamala Harris, 53% of white women overall voted for Trump, despite the open disrespect and demonization hurled by J.D. Vance and the Supreme Court stripping women's bodily autonomy, courtesy of Donald Trump, who closed his repulsive campaign by dropping the B word on Nancy Pelosi. The breakdown by education was stark. Harris won 57% of white women with college degrees.
This isn't the part I want to get to.
and lost to 11 million immigrants lying to you on the campaign trail when he wasn't, pretending to. There are the tariffs, Gen Z and millennials to form. It is real or be silent. Because when an autocracy begins, so here we are. And what I can tell you is what I plan to do. And what I plan to do is to refuse to take the knee or be silent. Because when an autocracy begins to form, it is really important that the press, to the extent it can, continue to speak, continue to inform people about what is happening, and to give you the means and the strategies to resist and survive. It is important that civil society and the arts continue to speak, that individual citizens remain vigilant and not back down or cower in fear.
And why is she, chat room, why is her makeup the same color and her face the same color as her jacket? She got the golden hair, like the golden jacket. She got some red shit on her face, like them red stripes. God damn, her eyeliner is the black stripes. Why the fuck is her skin face matching her jacket? God damn.
So that is what I and the team here at The Readout are going to do. We will make sure you stay informed, forewarned, and equipped to survive.
So whatever. Shit, that ain't what I wanted. But her makeup did. Was it this one? I'm looking for the video. I didn't have it queued. I'm looking for the video.
Dynasty, Dallas, and The Apprentice, who were the lone age group that voted in a majority for Trump. A majority of Gen X voted to turn America into an autocracy and to condemn our kids and grandkids to a far-right Supreme Court.
No, that's not it. Oh, man, I'm looking. Well, here it is.
A 6-week abortion or a 12-week abortion. I've talked about this on this set numerous times, is that you have a state where you've got a 6-week abortion or a 12-week abortion. I think theirs might be 12 weeks.
Yep. Here, this part, this is what it was. This one right
here. Be with the side that's waving the... And it's this idea of I want to be with the side that's waving the biggest flag. I want to fit in. And there is a huge element, to be honest, of anti-blackness.
I do want to make sure that you motherfuckers know that this is fair use, all right? MSNBC, fair use. Thank you for the text message.
And it's this idea of I want to be with the side that's waving the biggest flag. I want to fit in. And there is a huge element, to be honest, of anti-blackness in a lot of this. Anti-black Americanness specifically. And Paula and I have talked about this, that there...
Now she want to talk about anti-black Americanness. And now she wants to delineate. Let's listen to this bullshit.
Is a part of that anti-blackness is a piece of it, even though Enrique Tarrio, who's the head of the Proud Boys, is a black Latino, but he's down with white supremacists, down with them. And there's this idea that I'm black, even though Enrique Tarrio, who's the head of the Proud Boys, is a black Latino.
She tried to say Enrique Tarrio is a black Latino. Not Afro-Latino. She said black Latino. They don't even call themselves black Latinos. She's talking about this guy. She said this guy is a black Latino right here. This guy. You see how she's trying to... No, he's Latino. So let's listen to this bullshit.
Even though Enrique Tarrio, who's the head of the Proud Boys, is a black Latino, but he's down with white supremacy.
Yeah, Joy Reid, you're not even black American.
Down with them. And there's this idea that I'm black, but I'm not black. I may look black to you. I may be black if I'm walking through Bloomingdale's and get followed around. But in my mind, I'm identifying with whiteness because whiteness means privilege and it means not being a black American. This has to be unpacked because this shift among Latino men is significant. And it says something about where we're going in this country, about whether we can create an appeal. There's also, the last thing I will throw in, is the creation of the idea idea that everything that Vice President Harris was proposing is communism. That is a potent argument for a lot of Latinos.
So she's trying to use this black shit as when it's convenient. When it's convenient. She's talking about some black Latino. When the fuck was the last time Enrique Tarrio identified as black? This is a white Latino. He has white on it. He has white on his birth certificate, y'all. I mean, on his driver's license, y'all. This guy is all white. Latino is white. The official racial classification for Latino is white, not black. And she just tried to throw some black Latino shit in there.
A part of that anti-blackness is a piece of it. Even though Enrique Tarrio, who's the head of the Proud Boys, is a black Latino.
Mm-hmm. Look at this shit. This is how dangerous she is. She's trying to delineate and she ain't even one of us. She need to sit her monkey ass down. Look, she's calling this guy a black Latino. This guy. Do he look like he can play basketball? Do he look like he can? Do he look like somebody that descended from the people who invented the light bulb? He ain't got. This is the guy she's calling a black Latino. This is his mugshot. She's calling this guy right here a black Latino. This nigga don't even know how to spell swag. How in the hell you gonna be a black Latino? You ain't. This nigga, he can't even play the congos like the cool Latinos. The cool Latinos can at least boot, he can't even do that. He claps like this. And she gonna call him a black Latino. This is who Joy Reid, the Golden Lord from Meteor Man, is calling a black Latino. She called him a black Latino. Wow, I am so offended. But what else can you expect? She don't know. Like if you look at her and before you put her picture next to the Golden Lords, then I don't know. I don't know, chat. Again, fair use.
But he's down with white supremacists. Down with them.
Like, listen to this again. Look at what we got.
And there's this idea that I'm black, but I'm not black. I may look black.
She talking about somebody looking black. Well, bitch, you look like a Golden Lord. And I use that word very carefully. That's not about all black women. But this shit you talking, bitch, you look like a Golden Lord. You all the way out of line. You are all the way out of line. And again, I use that word very carefully. But when I use it, I mean it. Look at that. If you don't sit your Golden Lord looking ass down.
To you, I may be black if I'm walking through Bloomingdale's
no,
and get followed
black,
around.
You a Golden Lord.
But in my mind,
look how the white boy looking at her. He looking at her like, if you don't wash your monkey ass hair, you look like a goddamn fool. Who you think you are, Beyonce with the golden hair? Only Beyonce. Look how Lawrence O'Donnell looking at her. He looking at her like you are too goddamn dark for that golden blonde hair. And it's receding too. Look how he looking at her. He over here thinking like, man, I wonder if Robert Towers is going to do a Meteor Man too.
Identifying with whiteness because white.
Why are you identifying with Black American? The fuck is going on here? See, some of y'all might be wondering, why am I talking like this? Look, as black people, especially as a black man, part of my job is to gatekeep our culture. And I'm not a violent person. I'm not gonna beat nobody up. I'm not gonna shoot nobody. I'm not gonna physically harm anybody. But I will clown your monkey ass and make you look stupid. That's one of my weapons I use. Yes, you try to make black people look stupid, I'ma talk shit. And for all you people out here that be like, oh, it's too sensitive, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say that. Well, tell her not to goddamn offend us, and I ain't gonna have a motherfucking thing to say. Report on your little bullshit ass news. You know what I mean? Kiss Rachel Maddow's ass. You probably was over here sliding down Lawrence O'Donnell's pole before the show. Do all that, but leave us the fuck alone. And I ain't gonna say shit. But if you talking about black Latinos and you don't even look like a black American, you got some goddamn European blonde hair, I swear to God, them monkeys that escaped that prison looking for you.
Whiteness means privilege, and it means not being a black American.
You ain't a black American.
This has to be unpacked because this shift among Latino men is significant.
See, look, the reason why this is dangerous is because us as black Americans, we've been talking about the divide between the whole POC culture since Trump has been in office. The first time. And how dangerous it has gotten. Thank you, Dr. Claude Anderson, for passing down that information. Thank you, Dr. John Henry Clark, for passing down the information. You know, thank you, Dr. Ben. Thank you for all of our revolutionaries of the Malcolm X who've been passing this information down. Thank y'all. But we finally getting in line. And this is what they're trying to do. What the mainstream does, and I'm giving y'all a warning right now, they take a topic that's true, that's pure, with good intentions, and they disperse the energy on some bullshit. If she does what she does, and now she's conflating Enrico Torrio, the Proud Boys leader, as a black Latino, and then she says, okay, Latinos are only racist because they voted for Trump. Now you're taking a real issue and sitting it on a bullshit foundation. It's like what Jimi Hendrix said. Bitch, that's a castle made of sand. And you doing it again, I'm using that word intentionally. You don't fuck with us. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. They're trying to build a castle on sand. And anytime you build an argument, no matter how true, no matter how legit the argument, if you build it on a bullshit foundation, it's never going to take root. It's never going to take hold. When you build out something, like when they talk about reparations, well, my family wasn't here. Black people wasn't alive during slavery. If you make the reparations argument about, okay, the people now weren't alive during slavery, then yeah, then you would topple the whole argument because that foundation isn't there. But if you root it in lineage and talk about all of the things that have come short since slavery, since Jim Crow, through Jim Crow, all rooted in slavery, now you're building your foundation on some real shit. But if you do what Jimi Hendrix told you not to do, and that's make castles on sand. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta listen. Let me see. Castles made of sand slip into the sea. What y'all know about that? Sing it, Jimi Hendrix. The music tells you what life is. You cannot build your castles on sand. And that's what Joy Reid is trying to do. And it's intentional. Make sure you make no mistake about it. These people she gets her talking points from, these are master rhetoricians. They understand this. That's the why. That's why and how they do these things. Because they understand, okay, it's a momentum thing. There's a momentum going on. Black people are waking up. They're waking up to the people of color scam. They're waking up to the there is no black brown coalition. The grassroots is woken up. So let's take a real legit argument that the grassroots is talking about and let's put it on some bullshit when it comes to Trump. We must fight back to that. We cannot allow golden lords to steal our narratives and then talk about black Latinos for a white Proud Boy who got white on his fucking driver's license. Let me see. Let me see if we can find it. Let me see here. And I could go look up the arrest. It'll take me too much. I don't feel like going, but I'm going to see what does it have on his arrest record. But let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see here. Okay, I got the whole thing, but I don't have the racial category on this. I'm gonna say I know if I was looking if I thought about this shit before I went live, I would have looked it up. Let me see here. Let me see the indictment. Okay, I'm looking at the indictment, but it does not have racial classification even on this page. That's all right. Y'all get the picture. Y'all can look it up. Y'all can look it up. Right now, I'm actually looking at the indictment right now, but it doesn't have racial classification on here. Oh shit, I got Joy Reid on camera. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, my bad. I didn't know I still had Joy Reid up there. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. But y'all get the point. Y'all get the picture. Yeah. Oh, also, so go to thewanb.com. I'm going and put your name on the email list. I got a discount at breakthroughcards.com. It's Christmas time, so get your gift certificate. If you want to gift somebody a reading, 30-minute reading, 60-minute reading, you get a free mini reading for yourself. So right now on breakthroughcards.com, you guys can go to breakthroughcards.com. Oh God, my bad. Let me get this off the screen. Oh God, Joy Reid. You can go to breakthroughcards.com and book. And if you want, you can buy yourself a reading, you know? I don't give a damn who you give it to. But if you go to gift cards, you get $35 off of the reading. You get $20 off of a 30-minute reading. And you gift a free reading for yourself. Or you can give yourself the hour reading and give somebody else the 15-minute reading. I don't give a damn how you use it. You can keep both. You can give yourself a 15-minute reading and give yourself an hour reading. I don't give a damn. But that's right now on breakthroughcards.com. All right? Thank y'all again for listening. Just understand this. Again, thank you, AJ, for coming and giving your perspective. We waking up as a people, but don't allow these people to build our castle on sand. Do not allow that. These people, do not allow them to build our castle on sand. No. The issue between black and white has nothing to do with Trump. It has everything to do with the fact that black children are in these schools, in all Latino schools, getting called the N-word, and the Latino staff not jumping in to help our black babies out. That's what it's that's the issue. The issue is in the workplace environment, the biggest settlements in the state of California history has been anti-Latino on black violence. That's where this is coming from. This is coming from when you get Latino management, they don't hire black people. That's where the whole, and same thing with the Asians. Same thing with all these other races. When it comes time to spending money with us, yeah, they'll come to the hip hop event, they'll listen to jazz. But outside of music and sports and TV, they don't fuck with us. That's just true. That's just true. Too often than not. A lot of what's going on in Howard University right now with a lot of the African administration on the black students. This shit's really happening. And pretty soon I'm going to get Jade on the show because she's doing some work out here in LA on the schools. I'm like, man, it's worse than when I was still working in the schools. She's doing great work and passing me along some information. So one day I'll have her on here to talk about some of the stuff that she's finding. Like, God damn. That's what we building this shit on. We building this shit on Nuri Martinez and Kevin De Leon here in LA. And thank God Kevin De Leon got replaced. He got voted out. But they're over here in LA taking the money out of black districts and targeting black people for economic deprivation. That's where our issue is. Ain't got a goddamn thing to do with Trump. Fuck Donald Trump and fuck all that other shit. This is about what's happening on the streets. And Joy Reid is trying to build our castle on sand, talking about some goddamn Trump. Pay attention. And don't be one of them weird ass niggas coming in my comment section after the video talking about something. Duane, I don't know why you focused on this. You need to focus on something else. Nigga, I wish your daddy focused on a different woman so he wouldn't have created your punk ass. How about that? I focus on what I'm focused on. And if this ain't your focus, then cool. Do what the fuck you gotta do. And I ain't got no issues with Latinos. And my Latino people know I know this about them. They know that. But they also know this bullshit is going on too. And let's not make it about no goddamn Donald Trump. Hell, I agree with my Latino brothers and sisters on Donald Trump over Kamala Harris. Shit, that's one that the Latinos got right. You over here mad that they ain't sitting with you and this is one that they got right? They got that one right. Even though I vote for either one. The Mexicans got that shit right. The Puerto Ricans, the people that like chips and salsa, they got this one right. So they ain't all bad, nigga. Nigga, let's listen to some motherfucking. I'm gonna tell you right now, nigga. Matter of fact, I'm gonna celebrate the Latinos. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate with my Latinos. Te llama, ole como va. That's right, goddammit. Y'all was right. Nigga. I'm gonna play some. Shit, y'all was right, goddammit. I'm gonna play. This is what the Mexicans be acting like they created this right here. This is our black shit. This is where black folks and Mexicans, nigga. I'm sorry, the music was low. Got it right. Even though War is a black band, the Mexicans got it right, goddammit, with that one. The Mexicans got it right. Them niggas, they went to the polls like, nigga, they went to the polls like that and nigga and checked the right box. I ain't mad at them for that. Shit. That's when every weekend come along. They got that one right. What the fuck is y'all talking about, nigga? What the fuck is y'all talking about? They got that one right. And now Joy Reid trying to say they got it wrong. Fuck out of here, Joy Reid. Nigga, I'm gonna listen to some. I'm gonna drink some Tecate, nigga, and listen to some black. And then listen to some what they call Vato Odi. I'm listening to some of this shit. I appreciate the Mexicans because they be keeping that. They still listen to the good shit, and you know what I mean. I'm gonna celebrate with my Mexicans tonight. They be taking all the good old black classics and playing that shit like it's brand new, like it's their own. They'll hit you with them. What y'all know about this?
Little girl, please stop your crying.
Y'all heard Kanye remix that. No, that's the original. I mean, the Mexicans be playing that shit. 'Cause I'll erase away. They be playing that shit like it's theirs, goddammit. And I be sitting there right with them. Little girl, please dry your crying. They be playing that shit, boy. I don't know about y'all, but here in LA, you be sitting back, you be sitting back minding your own business. And then the Mexicans be playing this shit right here. Bobby Taylor. As a man, does your mama know about me? That's the shit they be playing. Mexicans be playing that shit like it's theirs, goddammit. And I ain't mad at them. So this is one area that there probably is some black and brown unity. The fact that the Mexicans and the Latinos got this shit right. They got it right. They got it right. They got it right and then started playing some. See, black folks, we done forgot about a lot of our great music from the 60s. At least these motherfuckers will keep playing it. They got it right, Joy Reid. They play that good old black music. This nigga said Joy Reid look like Michael Clark Duncan. All right, I'm about to get up out of here. You niggas are stupid. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. But thank y'all for listening. And the hustle's over with. Let's all get in alignment with ourselves. Let's all get in alignment with ourselves. Let's our Latino community come together on their own, fix their issues that the Spaniards left them. Spaniards put some motherfucking shit on their mind with the missions. Every time you see a mission, you see an indoctrination center where people who identify as Latino and speak Spanish, it's an indoctrination that they're under. And they're going to have that cultural revolution, just like we have our cultural revolution. Then once these cultural revolutions internally come, we can all work together. But without those cultural revolutions, these people see themselves as white. And that's fine. Most of them. And not all of them. But the ones who don't, you know who they are. I'm still going to have Latinos I fuck with and work with. All right? Thank y'all again for listening. Thank y'all again for listening. Remember, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages. For those willing to pick up the game, we out.